And we're back on the bench with Jake's Amp Garage and a Boss Katana. This was brought in yesterday. I was saying that someone had snapped something off in the input jack about 4 or 5 years ago. It was working, but sort of crackling. It was on and off and whatnot. And not too long ago, it stopped altogether. So I'm going to open up this guy and take a look to see what's going on inside. This is a little bit different than the normal amps that I do. You've seen some of the amps that I do are quite expensive. You could buy a used car for the money you'd spend on some of those amps, but this one is a little more affordable. That means the more affordable it is, the more screws that it has. But anyway, I'm going to get into this amp in a minute, and we'll see what's going on. So, let me reset the cameras, and actually, you know what? Let me just stand this bad boy up. You guys having a look. Don't know too much about these amps, other than they got lots of screws. But we're going to get this thing opened up here in a minute, and we'll pull the amp out. Needs a good clean as well, which I'll probably do. Something I do for all of my customers. I'll also lube up the pots and clean them as well, because they're not too bad. They are a little bit stiff, but there's spider webs in here and leaves in here, and that all has to be cleaned up, so I'll get that done as well. But for now, we're going to take a look at this input jack over here, which is the issue. So let's get this thing opened up. Now this amp, I said there's lots of screws. Generally there is, but this one's actually not that bad. I've already pulled 2 of the screws out of the back here. And we'll then see exactly what's going on inside this thing. These, I think they retail for about $350, $400 here in Australia. They used to sell, it was a company that used to sell the boards, because these are all, they look like DVD players on the inside, basically. All surface mount components, not worth fixing. Cost of the fix would be more than the amp would be to buy. So, but in this case, it's just the input jack, so not an issue. But yeah, there used to be a company that would sell the boards. They don't do that anymore. They just sell you the amp now. I guess it's not profitable to sell the boards anymore, or they just want you to buy another amp. And we're almost done here. Actually, you know what? I'll grab this guy here. Way easier. Well, way quicker anyway. Almost there. Pull this out. Disconnect the speaker here. Don't know what kind of speaker it's just, this thing has. It says Katana on it, but no, there's a little bit of glue here. Let's get this out. There we go. Put this down. Okay, and this is what we have. Let me lower this camera a bit. You guys see that all right? Somewhat smaller than my usual amps. Okay, so we're gonna pull this off here to get to the input jack. Like I said, the cheaper the amp, the more screws that there are. So it's actually almost it's more expensive to pull it apart and to put it back together than actually to make a repair in some cases, which is, I think that's what's going to be here. Like I said, something's broken off in the input jack. It's wedged in there. So we'll see if we can pull that out. And like I said, I'll give the pots a bit of a squirt as well, and get rid of the cobwebs. Got more here on the back. Yes, we do. Okay. Certainly a cost-effective way of getting into music, or getting into playing live music, I guess. Certainly much cheaper to service in terms of the fact that this is not a tube amp or a valve amp. It's all solid state. Let's see what it looks like on the inside here in a minute. What I'll do is grab my jar here, put all the screws in here. last thing I want is for one of these screws to go missing. Okay, now let's see if we can take this off here. Now the input jack, where is our input jack here? Input jack's over here. I could only get this off the board. I used to have one of these socket removers. Or connector. Let's see if we can. Might be actually easier to pull it off here. Maybe just leave it on here. I think we'll just leave it on there. Okay. So that's the jack. Yeah, it's one of these clip jacks. So what I'll do is probably remove the jack here. As it's screwed on. Okay. I could find my screwdriver now. Here we are. Then we can take a look to see what's going on inside the jack. Okay, put that in there. And it looks like we have to take the nut off. Alright, I think it is. Actually, this one's not been too bad. I've seen some amps where there's a heck of a lot more screws. Okay. Okay. Let's put that in with the rest of them. Let's see if we can get this off. Just disconnect it and get it out of the way here. Maybe a little bit bigger. No. Okay, this will do it. What I think what we may do here is disconnect it from here. Let's see what's going on. What we'll do is just pull it off of here. There we go. Holy crap, there's even cobwebs in here. There's cobwebs all over the place. Put this off to the side. This is our culprit over here. Okay. I don't see anything lodged inside here. Looks like it's all working. Let's have a look. Let's see how this is. Oh yeah. Definitely something else. So this doesn't want to go in all the way like it's supposed to. There's something lodged in here. Now he said that something was broken off in here. Maybe we could. Doesn't look like it wants to come out. Maybe the old tweezers will do the trick. Okay. Tweezers here. I'll try with these ones here. See if we can get this in here. That does not want to go in there. You guys can see that, right? I don't know if we can get this. There's something definitely in here. I knew I should have put my glasses on, but it's definitely something. I think we got something in here. Oh yeah. Okay, so what we got to do. Oh, you can see it. Yep. Here we go. We will get this sucker out. Oh, almost there. nearly there. Well, there we are. You can grab it with this guy. There you go. Look at that. I think I removed the bullet. That's what was stuck in there. So all good. That was pretty painless. Lucky for him. I'll take those off. That apparently has been sitting in this jack for the past 4 years. So lucky for him, this wasn't too painful. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Not my usual video, but I thought some people would want to see this. You get all sorts of stuff coming through the shop, including what, you know, bullets. Interesting little little piece here that got stuck in here and has been here. It's been in that inside that jack for the last 4 or 5 years, and it's only now stopped working. Well, let's try putting. This should now go in properly. Yeah, that's it. All good. Well, I'm going to put this thing back together. I might actually do a sound sample with this to make sure it is actually working properly, and put this up on YouTube as well. If I don't, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be. Thanks for watching again, guys, and bye for now.